joining us. This is the main news. A warm welcome. My name is Batla Nepurem.
A very good evening. I am Irene Nyarambi. Peacewe Jomanyika is at the Sign Language Desk. Let's take a look at our top stories.
Or the visiting Eswatini Prince Lindani has applauded President Emmerson Mnangagwa for his leadership.
7 school children die in commuter omnibus inferno in Gweru this afternoon.
We will look at business news where Parliament has rallied behind policies that are meant to empower citizens and communities.
And in sport, 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off this Thursday. Our first match features Mexico and South Africa. These are the headlines. It's now time to take a look at the news in detail. We start off with our leading story. Now, visiting Eswatini Prince Lindani has congratulated Zimbabwe and the President, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, for winning the non-permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council and ushering in a new wave of development that is improving the lives of millions of Zimbabweans. Our chief correspondent, Ruben Barre, gives us our first report.
The Kingdom of Eswatini and Zimbabwe are close allies in COMESA, in SADC, and the African Union and the United Nations. Remember the Ezulines Consensus, where the African Union decided that they need 2 seats in the Security Council. And the visit by Prince Lindani underscores this very close relationship.
We were sent by His Majesty the King Mswati III from the Kingdom of Eswatini to come and pay a courtesy call and pay his respects to his dear brother, His Excellency the President.
He also spoke about Zimbabwe's elevation to the Security Council, the non-permanent seat.
We came here first to congratulate His Excellency on the milestone, of Zimbabwe, what they've achieved thus far. Being nominated and elected to represent the continent, in the UN Security Council seat 2027, 2028. His Majesty congratulates his dear brother on that, and he knows that the President is very capable to handle that situation very carefully. And also, to look at ways and how we can strengthen the cooperation, the relations between the 2 countries, Eswatini and Zimbabwe. We discussed quite a few at large, agriculture, foreign relations, how we can trade as well, what we can do to increase participation between Eswatini and Zimbabwe.
So whenever people in this country look at Eswatini, their agricultural prowess, they are major producers of fruits, sugarcane, and others.
I also acknowledged and thanked His Excellency and commended him for the development which we're seeing here in Zimbabwe. It is unmatched. This is what we want for Africa. And seeing such development here in Zimbabwe, every time we come here, we see new things coming up, the road network systems, new ones, the lifestyles of Zimbabweans, the way in which this country is being run. It's very well, and we are here, to learn on all of that. And that is why His Majesty the King sent us to come here to visit his brother and see how we can share those experiences together.
Ruben Barwe, ZPC News, State of Harare.
Well, on the other hand, church leaders have commended President Emmerson Mnangagwa for spearheading programs that champion development of the nation, while also congratulating him for Zimbabwe's victory in securing a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. Our diplomatic correspondent, Josephine Mugio, reports.
The leadership of the African Apostolic Church paid a courtesy call on President Emmerson Mnangagwa at State House in Harare this Wednesday. Chief among the reasons for the visit was for them to express gratitude to His Excellency for the national hero status that was accorded Archbishop Paul Mwaja, who passed on last year. They also expressed their gratitude for the assistance that government rendered to them during that difficult time.
Tangatauya semburi kwa Mwaja kuti chipe kutenda kune mutungamiri wenyika kana muchitondera baba vedu the late mutumwa Ernest Paul Mamvula Mwaja vakashaya gore rapera vakatwa national hero nhaika hurumende ikamira nesu zvakasimba asi nerumba rakati asati taonana face to face naHis Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa nesu semhuri taona zvakakodzera tiuye tionane navo tivape kutenda kwedu nezvavakatiitira.
The African Apostolic Church nehurumende yedu yeZimbabwe vanofambidzana, tinofambidzana pamwe chete kuti nyika yedu yeZimbabwe ive nerunyararo hunge ichinamatirwa. Isu maitiro atinoita mu the African Apostolic Church tinonamatira hurumende yedu yeZimbabwe, makurukota ose nevashandi vose vehurumende.
Bishop Giles Rusike also expressed his gratitude to President Mnangagwa's government for spearheading programs that improve the livelihoods of the people. He also took the opportunity to congratulate the president on Zimbabwe's victory for securing a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council.
Pa empowerment, pane Vision 2030, ya Amendment Bill number 3. Ukaiongorora ndeyekupa vana venyika zvavo kuti vashande vaende mberi. ZANU-PF of today is not yesterday's party, it's for tomorrow. Havasi kutombotaura kumashure, vane mayouth mumaoko avo, vane harahwa nechembere, everybody is getting involved. And party iyi, hurumende iyi, nechurch hamugone kudzisiyanisa. They are intertwined, they are locked in. He is the president of the time. Anti vakawana chigaro mu-UN, sokaitwa nemavhoti, makaa muripo, sokaitwa ikoko. Vanotoona kutoti uko kwaita yeah. Saka we are so proud of him, we are so proud of our country, we are so proud of the empowerment and the power iri kupiwa kuvanhu nebatsiro ratiri kupiwa isusu kuti tinamate nokuti nyika inonamatirwa nevene vayo.
Next to pay a courtesy call on the president was the leadership of the Church of Africa Central Presbyterian, led by Reverend Gibson Botomani. The Reverend spoke about the relationship between the church and the government, noting that they have to constantly work together to ensure development.
You can't run away from the state, you can't run away from the church. The state and the church, they correlate, they work together, they complement each other in the efforts that they in discharge of their duties and their responsibilities. We provide education, we provide health, we provide water and sanitation. Those are our areas of expertise and also training. So definitely we would want to compliment the government.
The church and the government continue to work together in key sectors of the economy that include health and education. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, State House, Harare.
And now in other news, Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga has underscored the importance of national unity as a cornerstone for socio-economic development. He was speaking at the burial of Mrs. Calista Chimini in Honde Valley, Manicaland Province today.
The Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga joined the Chimini family in Chaira village, Honde Valley, this Wednesday in laying to rest Mrs. Calista Chimini, who is the sister to the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Lieutenant General retired Honorable Anselm Sanyatwe.
Vice President Chiwenga paid tribute to the late Mrs. Chimini, remembering her as a deeply devoted Christian and an affectionate mother who played a crucial role in Zimbabwe's liberation struggle under the healthcare sector.
Dai hanzvadzi yanga isingaite zvaka pasina kuungana vanhu vakawanda kudai. Vaungana nekuti anga akamira ari pachokwadi. Saka zvataurwa maklinika avakasenzera kubatsira kuvaita vanhu munharaunda ino nekuramba vari pachitendero chavo. Tadi kuti titore muenzaniso iwoyo.
Vice President Chiwenga also urged the community to emulate Mrs. Chimini's spirit of togetherness to drive local development.
Ukada hama yako, ukada umuvakidzani wako, wada musiki wako. Isu sevanhu ngatidanane, ngatinzwane, ngatibatane.
Mr. David Chimini described his late wife as a respectful woman who always offered a helping hand to the less privileged in the community. Speaker after speaker described the late Mrs. Chimini as a unifier who prioritized prayer at all times.
Munhu aiva nerudo, munhu aida munhu wese, munhu aibatsira vanotambura. Tanga tiripo vanenzeve vanzwa.
Kudzimba zvinodzimba, kurwadza zvinorwadza, asi hatisi kuchema amai, tiri kupemberera.
Mrs. Chimini died on the 6th of June. Gay Matambo, ZBC News, Honde Valley.
Now, debate on the Constitutional Amendment No. 3 bill took a unique turn today as legislators weighed the economic costs of short electoral cycles. Panasha Nagoli was there.
A lot of business deals, Madam Speaker, ma'am, were stopped on the table because of the electoral cycle. Every time I've traveled to do business deals, the first thing which they ask you is, when is your next election? 2 years before we get into the next election, they start developing a wait and see attitude. So 7 years is befitting to have this country transformed, to have this country move forward to where we expect it to go.
To what extent do short electoral cycles negatively impact a country's investment turnover? Now, this was the critical question posed by the Murewa West Member of Parliament when he took to the floor during this Wednesday's debate on the Constitutional Amendment No. 3 bill. Now, the ruling party legislator further stated in arguing for an extension of the electoral cycle that corporate governance principles dictate that success cannot be achieved in the absence of an effective leader. Hence, the President, His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, should continue in office to ensure the achievement of long-term national projects and policy continuity.
The success which we are enjoying today in this country, which we are seeing building coming up, our health sector is not spared. We are seeing cancer machines coming into the country. It is because of the leadership of Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. That's why everything that happens in this country, we credit it to the head of state, who is our president. It's not a structural issue. It is the presidential issue. This is actually what made us sit down and say, with this success which we are seeing, what can we do to our governance issue in as far as electoral cycle is concerned? And we said, let's come up with 7 years because we have found our footing in terms of development.
Several members of parliament from both sides of the aisle took turns to strongly support the proposed constitutional changes, particularly the clauses surrounding the country's electoral management, which the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi Ziyambi, characterized as the heart of this bill during the second reading.
People of Zimbabwe are talking of 7 years. From 5 years to 7 years, Mr. Speaker said. It has got a deeper meaning just beyond the figure 7. A certain people enters a particular land and the land was fortified. They were asked to circle around that land 7 times. And on the 7th time, Mr. Speaker said, they received and they got their victory. Mr. Speaker said, it makes me think about the power in number 7. It restores. It brings victory. The letter 7 is not a letter to play with, Mr. Speaker said.
It is fundamentally true that development does not happen in 5 years print. Major infrastructure, economic recovery, and policy implementation die the moment the election season begins.
Mina bengikhangelele ukuthi umongameli kanye lo muntu wonke uzakhethwa iparliament, uzakhethwa like iproportional. kodwa kungesanani njengoba isibuye injengoba indlela ebuye ngakhona. Ngiyayisekela kakhulu ukuthi umongameli akakhethwe iParliament. Njalo labo abayibona njengoba sisuka sisihamba sisiya phambili sikukhangelisise njalo ukuthi livini wona ama members of parliament lawo singene ku proportionally njenge South Africa.
Bumbiro remutemo rekuda kuvandudza riri kutaura kuvandudzwa kwekuti vasarudzwi vatongi vedu vatingati majudges vange vachikwanisa kusarudzwa zvine chekuitawo nemutungamiriri wenyika. Izvozvo ndinotsigirana nazvo kuti mutungamiriri wenyika vange varipo pakusarudza panenge pachiitwa nhaurirano dzacho vakabatana nekomisheni yeJudiciary Service Commission. Zvakanyanyokosha nekuti hazvisi kutanga kuitika kuti zviitike kuno.
The call to relook at transferring the functions of the Zimbabwe Gender Commission to the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission was reiterated.
Kuisa Gender Commission ku Zimbabwe Human Rights kugujunura kushanda nekushereketa kwakafanira kune simba kwakuchitwa neGender Commission. Chiri kuti chenga wose manhanga hapana risina mhonzi. Gender Commission ne Human Rights ngaishande zvazviri.
The merger of Zimbabwe Gender Commission with the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. Section 246 establishes the Gender Commission with a specialized gender-focused mandate that requires dedicated expertise. Merging the two risks diluting that mandate and weakening gender mainstreaming across sections.
After the debate, the bill will now move to the committee stage, where the House will consider the bill clause by clause, after which the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs will respond to the submissions, paving way for a vote on the proposed law. Panashe Nagoli, ZBC News, Mount Hampton.
The Constitutional Amendment No. 3 bill is progressing towards the voting stage as more legislators debate the proposed law.
The Constitutional Amendment No. 3 bill is progressing into the voting stage following rigorous debates among parliamentarians over the past few days. Taking the Constitutional Amendment No. 3 bill to the next stage doesn't depend on the number of debaters, but it is the prerogative of the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs after deeming the debate to be tedious repetition. In the National Assembly, ZANU-PF enjoys the majority with 194 representatives, while the Citizens Coalition for Change is 86 representatives, giving ZANU-PF the 2/3 majority.
If you look at the national parliamentary-driven consultative process, the majority of our people were in absolute support of Constitutional Amendment No. 3, and that is going to be the guideline for members of parliament. We don't want members of parliament who put on a political jacket. In the National Assembly, there is no issue there. ZANU-PF is a commanding majority. In the Senate, the Senate consists of mature people, people who have seen life, people who are committed to this country today and into the future. And they see the goodness of the Constitutional Amendment Bill No. 3. And I am absolutely certain. This is again where our democracy comes into play, because our people in the Senate, our members of parliament in the Senate are going to look for the good of this country today, tomorrow and into the future.
Judging from the conversations in the parliament, chances are very high that the bill is going to sail through. Remember, the issues that are being debated are issues that can be corrected going forward. For instance, the involvement of chiefs in electoral politics. Should we engage chiefs? Should we involve them in politics or not? Those issues can be ironed out.
CAP 3 has generated high-quality debates among parliamentarians, with most of them arguing for the adoption of the bill in its entirety, while opposition political party representatives have also argued for the adoption of the bill. Depending on the nature of debate that took place this Wednesday, voting can start this Friday. Bruce Chawanda, ZBC News, Harare.
All right, Bruce Chawanda there with that report. One of the stories that has continued to hog the limelight since this afternoon when it broke. 7 school children died after a commuter omnibus they were traveling in apparently caught fire in Gweru this afternoon.
What remains here is a charred commuter-owned bus, a grim reminder of the 7 lives of pupils that has been lost in this accident. The community is in shock and is in mourning as what was an ordinary day has been turned into a nightmare.
Sabada manya unobatsira vana vaveka takwanisa kuburitsa 2 vana noti mutongo achibva nekuna drive samunguzivawo vana kuda vanenge vakagarisa vari kana mheni kuda station kana anu back seat kana chimwe chaitika bhuti raramba kuvhurika dai kuti bhuti ravhurika vana pasina afiramo but zvorwadza.
Tine kuchema kukuru kurasikirwa nevana 7 naizvozvo ndinongokurudzira madhiraivha vanhu vari cautious upenyu hwevana.
By the time the ZBC News crew arrived, police and council rescue teams were on the ground.
It's a sad turn of events, and for authorities, this is more than an inquest into what could have transpired.
Omnibus, which was carrying 24 children on board, caught fire around 1400 hours, and 7 children died on the spot. That is 5 boys and 2 girls. The other 17 children survived without injuries and they've been collected by their parents. The driver of the commuter omnibus and his conductor sustained minor injuries and they've been taken to Gweru Provincial Hospital. As of now, the cause of the fire has not been ascertained.
While police are still investigating the accident, preliminary findings suggest a fuel container inside the vehicle may have ignited after coming into contact with the omnibus batteries, sparking the blaze.
This chapter paints a grim picture of what has become of our roads and the transport sector, as the country has been witnessing a spike in road traffic accidents as a result of human error. Wellington Makwanese, ZBC News, Gweru.
May their dear souls rest in peace and may their families be comforted. And our government says the ease of doing business reforms being implemented in the media sector are expected to enhance the operations of the national broadcaster, the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation.
The Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jemu Soda, has challenged the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation to leverage on the ongoing ease of doing business to enhance content production, infrastructure development, as well as improve service delivery. Addressing the ZBC board during an engagement held in Harare this Wednesday, Dr. Soda revealed that reforms currently underway will result in reduced licensing tariffs, create a special window that is expected to boost compliance and improve revenue inflows.
I would want to reveal at this point that through the ease of doing business reforms that are currently underway by government, the tariffs that are currently being collected for radio licensing will be reduced. And this is just a special window which will be there maybe for this year and next year. And what does that mean to ZBC? You should do the best with the resources that you are collecting.
Dr. Soda also underscored the importance of embracing new technologies, noting that the rapidly evolving media landscape demands innovation and adaptability. He challenged the national broadcaster to take advantage of its institutional capacity and resources to remain competitive and relevant in the digital age.
The purpose of this meeting is for us to share on how ZBC can be relevant, especially with the changing times. In the past, what we obtained is that ZBC was trailing behind in terms of technological disruptions or changes that have been obtaining. You will notice that an individual who has a smartphone can operate like they are a newsroom. The question is, what are we doing as ZBC given the resources that we have, given the size of the entity that we are? Are we not able to leverage our size and our budgets to perform better than those that are operating using just their gadgets?
Meanwhile, the Information Minister also met with the Board of Directors for Transmedia Corporation as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen governance within public media institutions. The engagements were held in line with Section 33, subsection 4 of the Public Entities Corporate Governance Act, which requires that parent ministries and their parastatals engage at least twice a year as part of monitoring efforts and progress in the execution of their mandates. Olin Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, the Harare City Council has held its partnership with Geopomona Waste Management Company. They say it has improved service delivery in the capital.
Since Geopomona started its work, it has greatly transformed the city of Harare by constant refuse collection in various neighborhoods of the capital, as well as street sweeping the central business district. The Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Committee of the city of Harare this Wednesday toured some of the facilities of the Geopomona Waste Management Company, including the sorting facility, and were greatly impressed by how the project is progressing. Harare City Council Acting Town Clerk Advocate Warren Chuawa said they are working well with the company as a dependable partner.
We are happy, the committee is happy with the works here. We've seen the sorting plant. It's state of the art. It's the biggest in southern Africa. We've got about 540 workers that we seconded to Geopomona out of a total complement of 1,200 that Geopomona has. The progress is very magnificent, and as a city, we are going to offer our support to Geopomona.
Geopomona Waste Management Company Executive Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Delis Mboya cited this partnership as very progressive in terms of bringing back Harare's Sunshine City status.
This is the first time the council has to come and see what Geopomona has done when they handed over the site on 28 April 2022. So they are very happy with the progress. They want us to continue the project, and they want also to expand this to other cities.
More than 1,200 people are now directly employed by Geopomona Waste Management Company, but it has also provided opportunities to waste recyclers who come here, buy waste and resell it to other end users. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Zimbabwe and Belarus have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening bilateral relations with focus on agricultural mechanization, defense, parliamentary cooperation, trade and health. This emerged when Belarus Ambassador to Zimbabwe, His Excellency Yuri Nikolaishik, paid a courtesy call on the Speaker of National Assembly, Advocate Jacob Mudenda, at his offices in Mount Hampton this Wednesday.
From political solidarity to transformative projects in agriculture, mining, health and manufacturing, the partnership between Zimbabwe and Belarus has evolved into a model of a modern diplomacy. Belarus emerges not only as a political ally, but as a critical enabler of Zimbabwe's industrialization agenda, offering the tools, technology and partnership needed to accelerate progress across priority sectors.
We exchange wide range of relations, interparliamentary relations, contacts between the ruling parties. We exchanged on issues of further strengthening people-to-people contacts, including tourism, educational exchanges. We discussed issues of simplifying trade regimes that are existing between Belarus as a member of Eurasian Economic Union and Zimbabwe. I handled, Honorable Speaker, a non-paper with Belarus initiative to launch negotiations on preferential trade agreement between Eurasian Economic Union and Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe and Belarus are executing a formal roadmap for strategic cooperation and partnership that will govern bilateral ties through 2030, which was signed last year by President Emmerson Mnangagwa and his counterpart, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, during a state visit in Minsk, Belarus. The implementation includes joint projects in the fields of industrial cooperation, agricultural mechanization, and humanitarian interaction. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Harare.
Right, that report there from Memory Chamisa. Remember, more stories can be found on our website. Just go there. It's www.zbcnews.co.zw. ZBC News Online, that is on Facebook and all other social media platforms. You can also follow up on some of the stories that we are chasing there, including, of course, one of that big story that we're still getting details to. That is the inferno that took the lives of 7 children in Gweru.
And our 4 stories still to come in this bulletin. In our business news, Parliament rallies behind a policy meant to empower citizens and rural communities. And in sport, 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off this Thursday. First match pits Mexico and South Africa. Main News takes a break. We will be back with some more updates.
Zimbabwe is our home, and we drive her growth.
Stanbic Bank is a registered commercial bank and a member of the Deposit Protection Scheme.
The voluntary disclosure opportunity is open to taxpayers who may not yet be fully compliant with their tax obligations. This includes unregistered businesses, informal sector operators, online and digital service earners, trusts, rental income earners, transport and taxi operators, as well as virtual asset traders. Take this opportunity to regularize your tax affairs before the 30th of June 2026 and move forward with confidence. Step forward, disclose, comply.
The future of broadcasting is here. As technology transforms the way we create, distribute, and consume content, Zimbabwe's broadcasting industry must innovate, collaborate, and adapt. Join broadcasters, policymakers, regulators, content creators, academia, technology innovators, investors, advertisers, and development partners at Zimbabwe's premier broadcasting industry gathering. Engage in critical discussions on artificial intelligence, digital transformation, content innovation, audience engagement, media sustainability, content monetization, platform governance, and the future of broadcasting. Be part of the conversation shaping Zimbabwe's media future. Annual Broadcasters Conference 2026, shaping the future of broadcasting.
This message is brought to you by the Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe in collaboration with the National University of Science and Technology.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. You're still watching at the Main News. Now, Zimbabwe and Cuba have reiterated their unwavering commitment to deepening their long-standing relations grounded in enduring mutual solidarity and practical cooperation. Peter Jivima gives us that report.
From medical training programs that have contributed to the development of the country's healthcare system to enduring ties in education, culture and diplomacy, Zimbabwe and Cuba's relations continue to evolve. This Tuesday, the two nations celebrated the 40th anniversary of Cuban medical cooperation in Zimbabwe. Guest of honor and the Minister of Health and Childcare, Dr. Douglas Mombeshora, highlighted the significance of the cooperation to the country's health sector.
We had quite a lot of Cuban doctors, nurses, and related health professionals and specialists coming to strengthen our systems. We have exchanged training programs. We've had more than 1,000 health professionals who have trained in Cuba in various specialties, and we now have quite a lot of them as brigades, 14 brigades. Each one comes, serves a period, and goes back. And it has helped in strengthening our system through training and exchange of knowledge.
Cuba called for sustained international cooperation and stronger global solidarity, reaffirming its commitment to humanitarian partnerships and multilateral engagement while highlighting decades of medical collaboration and support to Zimbabwe's health sector.
We gather to commemorate 40 years of Cuban medical cooperation in Zimbabwe, a sister nation worthy of our eternal solidarity. We humbly contemplate with healthy pride the contribution made since 1986 by Cuban professionals to the health of these friendly people. We recognize the more than 1,000 specialists who have provided services in this brother country.
Zimbabwe's relations with Cuba date back to the 1970s, when the two countries forged ties during Zimbabwe's liberation struggle and are characterized by mutual solidarity and anti-imperialist values. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Well, the government and its partners have procured a multi-million-dollar equipment for the rehabilitation of Morton Jeffrey Waterworks in Norton.
Government under the Second Republic set minimum service delivery standards for local authorities in a bid to improve service delivery for citizens. In the case of Harare, the government went a step further and facilitated a public-private partnership between the city of Harare and Helcro Water, which includes three main issues: the rehabilitation of Morton Jeffrey Waterworks, the rehabilitation of aging water distribution networks, and the installation of prepaid smart water meters. Now, as efforts to improve water treatment capacity through the rehabilitation and modernization of Morton Jeffrey Waterworks continue, Helcro Water has purchased a multi-million-dollar compressor, which is expected to increase pumping capacity, which had been severely restricted over the years.
Upgrading the Morton Jeffrey from the current production of 300 MLDs to 520. But we are going to do it in a phased approach, whereby at the moment our target is going to be 370 MLDs. Right. How are we going to achieve that? We identified what we called the quick wins, right, in the entire project, in the entire value chain. And this is one of the key quick wins which we purchased from Germany. It's an air compressor, right? It's actually used to put pressure to the filter beds because they get clogged when they are filtering. So that reduces the production of our water significantly because there will be no movement. So without this key component, production goes down. Its presence is going to increase the production of water.
The compressor is expected to significantly boost Harare's water treatment operations through a reduction of the overall water consumption during the backwashing process.
This pressure is actually using pressurized air. There's a lot of pneumatic systems that we have in the purification of water at Morton Jeffrey. So this is why this thing is supposed to do. It's supposed to put pressure in the system to work, make those pneumatic items work. We have issue like backwash. Backwash, when you do reverse engineering, allows us to blow air into the clarifiers when you're cleaning and doing backwash. It's going to help us in improving reliability, efficiency, and reduce downtime and the lower maintenance cost of the system.
Harare Mayor Councillor Jacob Mafume said the public-private partnership with Helcro Water has greatly improved access to water for the capital city's residents.
This is part of the upgrade of Morton Jeffrey to complete what the Chinese loan did. So Helcro has come in a big way, and this compressor was one of the critical equipment that is needed along the way.
Now, apart from the rehabilitation and modernization of the Morton Jeffrey Waterworks plant and the installation of prepaid smart water meters, the first phase of the Harare Water project will also see the replacement of over 500 kilometers of old asbestos pipes with new PVC pipes in order to reduce leakages, which ultimately lead to non-revenue water. Panashina Goli, ZBC News, Harare.
Masvingo Province is getting ready to host the Sanganai Hlanganani Tourism Expo in September, with the event set to present an opportunity to showcase the province's vast tourist attractions, investment opportunities, and growing capacity to host national events as decentralization continues.
Home to some of the country's premier tourist attractions, including the iconic Great Zimbabwe Monument, the scenic Tugwe Mukosi Dam and Lake Mutirikwi, the wildlife-rich Gonare-Zhou National Park, Chilojo Cliffs, Malilangwe Wildlife Reserve, sugar plantations in the Low Veld, and a growing hospitality sector, Masvingo Province has steadily positioned itself as a leading tourism destination. These vast tourist attractions are the province's unique selling point as it hosts this year's Sanganai Hlanganani World Tourism Expo in September.
We stand to benefit so much in terms of massive surge in revenue.
The coming of Sanganai will see a lot of traffic in this direction, with hotel accommodation, with improvement of our aerodromes, with improvement of our airports, improvements of even our road networking.
Having Sanganai here is going to affirm the things that we're trying to build, the infrastructure that we're trying to build, and the destination tourism that all of Masvingo as a whole in the tourism industry is trying to invest in. So we are very excited. For us, it means more jobs. It means more opportunities.
It is expensive to market your brand internationally using marketing agents. So we are going to have direct access to the travel industry, tourism industry. We are going to be interacting with competitors in the region.
The expo is also being viewed as a testament to the success of government's decentralization agenda, which seeks to take national events and their economic benefits to all provinces.
The decentralization of the hosting of the Sanganai Expo is very important in that we promote both domestic tourism and also international tourism. As Masvingo, you know that tourism is one of the key economic drivers. This decentralization has really come in hand to boost our tourism in the province.
With preparations gathering momentum, expectations are high that the Sanganai Hlanganani Tourism Expo will cement the province status.
This is going to be a milestone for Masvingo Province, because when we are hosting an international program like this, that means our economic activities are going to improve immensely. So we welcome this initiative of Sanganai Hlanganai here in Masvingo.
As the countdown to September continues, Masvingo Province is looking beyond hosting a successful expo, aiming to leverage on the event to unlock new tourism, business and investment opportunities that will benefit communities long after the exhibition. Mays Matina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
Now, senior officials from the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority have signed integrity pledges being administered by the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission as part of national efforts to strengthen corporate governance and promote integrity in public institutions.
The signing ceremony held in Harare this Wednesday saw ZTA Board Chairperson Mr. Farai Chimba and the authority's Chief Executive Officer Dr. George Manyaya, alongside other board members, pledging to uphold transparency and accountability before ZAC Chairperson Mr. Michael Reza. Mr. Chimba said the move demonstrates ZTA's determination to lead by example in promoting good governance within the tourism sector.
I believe that corruption is one of the biggest impediments to the service delivery standards, thereby impacting the development of the country and improvement of livelihoods. As a patriotic Zimbabwean citizen and as a board chairperson, who genuinely believes in the growth, prosperity, and inclusive development of the country, and in promoting a good governance, buttressed by transparency, accountability, integrity, and the rule of law, I acknowledge the responsibility to lead by example in the fight against corruption and to ethically render my services with integrity.
The country's anti-corruption watchdog emphasized that integrity and corporate governance are central to the authority's operations for national development.
The Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission
recognizes and applauds the authority's commitment to strengthening governance. Embracing these anti-corruption strategies reaffirms our collective responsibility as public sector institutions entrusted by the government of Zimbabwe with safeguarding national resources.
Corporate governance and integrity are widely regarded as key enablers of tourism growth as they promote efficient use of resources, attract investment, and enhance Zimbabwe's reputation as a safe tourism destination. Tafara Chikomira, ZBC News, Harare.
Main News takes a break. We will be back.
The Minister of Defense, Honorable Opachamo Zvipange Muchinguri Kashiri, Deputy Minister of Defense, Brigadier General Retired Honorable Levi Maihlome, the Secretary for Defense, Comrade Aaron Daniel Tonde Nepera, Commander Defense Forces, General Emmanuel Matatu, Service Chiefs, General and Air Officers, Chief Director, Directors, Senior Officers, officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces and staff of the Ministry of Defense wish to join His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, and the nation at large in congratulating the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, on being the overall winner at the 2026 Recognition of Top Women Leadership Awards. This distinguished honor is a fitting tribute to the First Lady's exceptional leadership, unwavering patriotism, compassion, and tireless dedication to the service of the people of Zimbabwe. Through her numerous initiatives in health promotion, women and youth empowerment, cultural preservation, food security, social welfare, and the upliftment of vulnerable groups, the First Lady has touched and transformed countless lives through the Angel of Hope Foundation. Her steadfast commitment to fostering national identity, promoting family values, and advancing inclusive development continue to inspire hope and unity among Zimbabweans from all walks of life. We take this opportunity to wish you, our First Lady, Amai Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, good health, strength, and success as you continue to transform lives and inspire the nation. Congratulations, Makorokoto Amhlope, Ministry of Defense, guaranteeing peace and stability for the attainment of Vision 2030.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches from as little as $10. Live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. And now in our business news, at least 24 community share ownership trusts will be launched this year under the government economic empowerment policy meant to empower citizens and rural communities.
The Portfolio Committee on Industry and Commerce summoned the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Honorable Mangaliso Ndlovu, this Wednesday, seeking to find out progress on issues regarding the empowerment of citizens, ranging from the state of community share ownership trusts, the implementation of reserved sector policy, and the passing of the Economic Empowerment Bill.
We had the 49-51% rule, and that one was very clear. So in terms of the way forward, we had said there is need for us to come up with a new empowerment bill. And the ministry has done quite a lot. At the moment, they are done with the drafting, and what is left now is to submit the Indigenization Act that they have, the Empowerment Act, to the Cabinet Committee on legislation. So I would say we are looking now towards the submission of the bill to Parliament.
Minister Ndlovu addressed the committee members on strides made so far and announced the imminent launch of 24 community share ownership schemes by the end of the year.
Government has undertaken a comprehensive review of the implementation framework and will soon be providing corporate rescue support to struggling trusts. Before the end of June, we will be launching a revised deed of trust. It is annexed in this document. And we will also be launching 9 trusts in full operation. Some of them have always been in operation, albeit at suboptimal levels. Our target is that by year end we would have operationalized at least 24, 3 per each rural province, trusts.
The minister also addressed the repeal of the indigenization and empowerment policy and additional measures being undertaken to accelerate the enactment of laws that enhance the empowerment of citizens. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Mount Abden.
And that day, our look at your business news. Let's take a look at the arts, where newly crowned Miss Intercontinental Zimbabwe, Virginia Nyambe, received a warm welcome back home, that is in Bulawayo, after being named one of Zimbabwe's international representatives at the recently held 2026 Miss Universe Zimbabwe Beauty Pageant.
Fresh from a crowning moment, Virginia Nyambe is ready for a journey as Miss Intercontinental Zimbabwe, focusing on advocacy work and empowering young people ahead of the international competition.
For now, I think I'm going to be here doing what I promised to be doing, my advocacy and working with people. I've had ups and downs, I know how it feels, and from a girl who has had endometriosis, I know how it is also to be able to try to find yourself and to try to be there for yourself emotionally. I hope this comes as an inspiration to anyone out there, someone who's willing, who wants to actually go after their dreams. Don't let anything stop you. It doesn't matter where you come from. I'm coming from Nyilobengula all the way to Logichili, and I'm here today.
Nyambe, who has openly shared the experience living with endometriosis, added she intends to raise awareness and support others facing personal challenges. Bulawayo South Legislator Honorable Raj Modi described Nyambe's achievement as a proud moment for both the city and the nation.
As you know that today we have a serious problem with the young people, with the drugs and substance abuse. So hope people can learn something from her and say, look, there's so many ways that you can better your life.
As she prepares to represent Zimbabwe at the 54th Miss Intercontinental, Nyambe added the mission is to create positive change and inspire others to pursue their dreams despite life's challenges.
Congratulations, Virginia. Now we take a break and we will be back with sport.
The Deputy Minister of Defence, Brigadier General Retired Honorable Levi Maihlome, the Secretary for Defence, Comrade Aaron Daniel Tonde Nepera, Commander Defence Forces General Emmanuel Matatu, Service Chiefs, General and Air Officers, Chief Director, Directors, Senior Officers, officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Defence Forces and staff of the Ministry of Defence wish to join His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defence Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, and the nation at large in congratulating Honorable Opachamu Zvipange Muchinguri-Kashiri on a recognition for being awarded the Zimbabwe Top Business Leadership Excellency for Peace, Humanity and Community Development. This prestigious accolade is a befitting recognition of Honorable OCZ Muchinguri-Kashiri's exemplary leadership, strong sense of patriotism, and distinguished service to the nation. A veteran of the liberation struggle, Honorable Muchinguri-Kashiri is selflessly committed to safeguarding Zimbabwe's sovereignty, independence, territorial integrity, international peace, and security. The award reflects not only her remarkable achievements in public service, but also her role as the trailblazer for women's emancipation. We wish Honorable Minister Muchinguri-Kashiri more years of good health and reaffirm our unwavering support as she discharges her duties. Congratulations, Makorokoto Amhlophe. Ministry of Defence, guaranteeing peace and stability for the attainment of Vision 2030.
This June,
Step into a bigger entertainment experience with more to love on Us. We're talking more drama, more action, more unforgettable stories, all waiting for you.
All hands on deck.
We're opening up our world of entertainment so you can view more.
Good job, partner.
This June, pay for your current DSTV subscription and we'll upgrade you at no extra cost.
Welcome back. Now the wait is finally over as the biggest FIFA World Cup in history kicks off this Thursday, with Mexico and South Africa reopening a chapter that began 16 years ago when they met in the opening match of the 2010 tournament in Johannesburg.
The eyes of the world will be on the iconic Azteca Stadium in Mexico City as co-host Mexico faced South Africa in the first match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup this Thursday. The fixture evokes memories of the 2010 opening match in South Africa when Spiwe Tshabalala's unforgettable strike helped Bafana Bafana earn a 1-0 draw against the Mexicans in front of a jubilant African crowd.
On the day he wins his 50th cap, has given South Africa a glorious moment.
This time around, a new generation of stars takes center stage as the football's greatest spectacle gets underway. Among the players expected to light up the tournament are France captain Kylian Mbappe, England captain Harry Kane, and Spain's teenage sensation Lamine Yamal, while defending champions Argentina and five-time winners Brazil once again arrive among the favorites. Spain, France, Argentina, Brazil, Portugal, and England are widely tipped as the teams are most likely to challenge for the trophy, but African nations are increasingly being viewed as genuine contenders rather than outsiders. Morocco lead Africa's charge after becoming the first African nation to reach a World Cup semi-final in Qatar 4 years ago. The Atlas Lions boast a squad packed with the players competing in Europe's top leagues and will be aiming to go at least one step further. Senegal also carry Africa's hopes with a talented squad that comprises experience, physicality, and tactical discipline. Perennial campaigners Côte d'Ivoire arrive with a youthful but talented attack that can trouble anyone on their day. For South Africa, simply sharing the opening stage with Mexico offers another opportunity to inspire a continent that continues to dream of producing the first African World Cup winner. As the first whistle approaches, billions of fans across the globe are preparing for a month of drama, passion, and unforgettable moments as the race for football's ultimate prize begins. Anna Shembrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
And of course, you know that ZBC TV will be bringing you coverage or live games that is from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Elsewhere in football, Premier Soccer League pace setters Hard Rock and Caps United dropped points in their respective matches as the 2026 Premier Soccer League season reached the halfway stage.
3 points proved elusive for the Green Machine and debutants Hard Rock, who had hoped to end the first half of the season on a high note. Caps United were held to a goalless draw by Chicken in the Barberfield Stadium. The visitors had a lion's share of position with Richard Akiro dictating the pace in the middle of the park. Caps United had a clear-cut chance in the second half as Kundai Benyu was brought down just outside the box and the resultant free kick was saved by Taimon Mvula in goals for the Gamecocks. Chicken in head coach Tondera Ndira considered they played a good side, while his opposite number Tekshua Chiragu was satisfied with the point after a taxing schedule.
2 points dropped. It was a very difficult game from our end. It's been difficult for us. We've been having a very difficult run of late.
I think getting a point away from home, for us, I think we've done so well, and I would also want to congratulate the guys. They've put a very good spirit.
From other centres, Hard Rock remain on top despite a 0-0 draw with FC Platinum at Mandaba. Dynamos and FC Hunters also settled for a draw in a 4-goal thriller. Moz thrashed Monica Diamonds 3-1 and Simba Bora were back to winning ways courtesy of a 1-0 victory over Ngezi Platinum Stars. Action continues this Thursday as defending champion Scotland host Triangle at Rufaro, while Highlanders face Agama at Barberfield Stadium.
FC Platinum delivered an impressive performance in front of their home supporters, dominating large periods of the match after coming into the encounter on the back of a 1-0 away victory over Triangle United at the weekend. Oscar Bebe was at the heart of the hosts' attacking play, creating several scoring opportunities and testing the visitors' defense, but the Platinum Miners were unable to find the finishing touch. For Hard Rock, Donald Mundadi stood out with a composed display in midfield, helping the visitors maintain balance and frustrate the host throughout the contest. The two coaches expressed contrasting views after the final whistle.
I'm disappointed with the game because I felt that we could have wrapped the game in the first half. If we keep missing chances, it becomes difficult because in the end we had to finish in a nervy situation.
Second half, even towards the end, we could have come out with a victory, but a point for us away from home is good for the team.
Hard Rock now prepare for a tricky assignment against Scotland at Rufaro Stadium, while FC Platinum will hosting its Platinum Stars in a miners derby at Mandawa Stadium on Saturday.
Zimbabwe and India are strengthening their long-standing bilateral relations through cultural and wellness exchanges, with senior national cricket team players and officials set to participate in a yoga session hosted by the Embassy of India ahead of the International Day of Yoga commemorations.
The event, which brings together diplomats, sports personalities and wellness advocates, seeks to promote the values of health, discipline and mental well-being, while deepening people-to-people ties between the two nations. Yoga, an ancient practice originating from India, has gained global recognition for its benefits, enhancing physical fitness, mental resilience, and overall wellness. Through initiatives such as the International Day of Yoga, India continues to share the practice with the global community. The participation of Zimbabwe cricket highlights the growing cooperation between the two countries beyond traditional diplomatic and economic engagements. It also demonstrates the increasing role of sport in fostering cultural understanding and strengthening international relations.
I have practiced yoga before. The session was wonderful, where we can bring mind, body and spirit together.
Learning how to breathe, it's quite a good thing. You get to make clear decisions out of that.
We are having very good relations with Zimbabwe cricket. Indian team is about to come, and in January Zimbabwean cricket team is going to India to play their bilateral series. So we thought let us have some exposure to Indian culture. And other than yoga, what else we can think like the best thing from India? So which is yoga, and when you practice yoga, it helps you to avoid injuries which happens in the ground.
The event is expected to showcase how cultural exchanges can serve as a bridge between nations. Louis Nika, ZBC News, Harare.
And that report there, our look at your sport, bringing us to the end of tonight's main news. Irene.
Yes, from the news desk and the crew behind the scenes, good night.